Welcome to Be Soul Light. That is sign language for Be So Light. And this is when you do divine light. There you go. So now we have our codes. Okay. Be soul light, divine light. Okay. Someone just says, show me that last one. Sure. D, divine light. It's kind of perfect with the Heka because it's like we speak from our divine Heka. So this is the light. Okay. Sign language. I was going to be an interpreter, but I don't know what happened. Something changed. I know what happened. I went into nursing. And I got involved in that, and I got involved in that, and I was like, okay, so are you feeling it? I was jumping so many timelines yesterday night as I was sleeping. It was unreal, but I was on my dragon because I called my dragon and I said, look, I know tonight's going to be a weird night, so I need both of you to be here. Hey, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hey, it is a Monday. Start having fun with words. It's a Monday. So I titled it, It's Purple Time. I got my purple heart wand. And I just said, it's purple time. I've been doing some more of my galactic glyph drawings. And one came in last night, and then one came in this morning. Came right in this morning. And I was on the phone. I was texting Marty this morning. And I was like, oh, I have one coming in. It'll be done within an hour. I have one coming in. So she's like, okay. So I sent it out and I put it in the group so the group could see it. And one of the members came back and says, it feels like a satellite. And I said, really? It feels like a satellite. Okay. It feels like a satellite. All right. She says, but very galactic tribe-like energy on it. I said, okay, cool to know. So I'm looking for something. Oh my gosh. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? So let me smooth out everyone's energy. So we actually step in the truth of everything and we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe game. Okay? No banana in a tailpipe game. No. We're not doing that. So, I'm going to start off with, where is my notes on my thing? Where is it? Do you not want to show yourself? What is happening? Okay, fine. Then I will just let it be. All right, so let's just jump into what today is. Today is yellow. Hey, what up? What are you doing? Here we go. Yellow. Oh, there's something going on. This is Yellow Electric Sunday. Okay. I activate in order to enlighten bonding life. I seal the matrix of the universe. Fire! With the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of flowering. I am a polar kin. I established the yellow galactic spectrum. This begins the 65 day of sun season of enlightenment, yellow galactic spectrum. Dun, da, da, da. The color is yellow. The planet is Pluto. the chakra is the crown, and the earth family is polar. But what of the rune we have here? Feels like this is some kind of it's a wholeness rune. 139. So remember when I did that read, okay? When I did those card layout, remember? And I said I laid out a card for each day. All right? So we are supposedly, I think today's card is, I made my notes. Monday is victory. Okay? We were going to see energy of victory. And then tomorrow is going to be the number 4 card that says order. Okay? That's going to be tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we got the Lovers card. Couples. Lovers card. So, let's go back to the rune that we have. And the rune is this, and I like how it matches what we're talking about. It says wholeness, life force, the sun energy. Da, 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 da. Now, Stefan Burns, that young man just put out this huge old 30-minute talk about the Carrington event that took place in the was it 18 or 18 something, 19, early that, the Carrington event. And then he was talking about another type of event. And he says the way things are lining up, this could be happening today and tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm not feeling that. I'm sure if it's on a certain timeline, but I'm sure if it gets building up explosively, we have to remember timelines. Okay? We have to remember the timelines. Timelines are going in and out. They're moving fast. Okay? Shifting. You're going to be in one thing, next thing you're in something else. Next thing you're in something else. I know your dreams probably sound like they're jumbled up, weird dreams, but think of them as you're shifting into different realms, timeline realms, okay? Hey, lovely, welcome on in. How's your back feeling? I want to hear how your back is feeling. So, let's just finish this part and I'm going to get into something, all right? So, Salu stands for wholeness, that which our natural nature requires. It embodies the impulse towards self-realization and indicates the path you must follow, not from alternative motives, but from the core of your individuality. Although this rune has no reverse position, there is a reason for caution. You may see fit to withdraw or even retreat in the face of pressing situations. Okay. Was thinking about somebody. Pressing situations, especially if the events or people are demanding that you expand your energy now. Now that such retreat is a retreat in strength, a voyage inward for centering for balance. Timely retreat is among the skilled of the spiritual warrior. Da, 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 da. Interesting. There is a prayer known as the Girati, hopefully I said that right, that embodies the spirit of this rune of wholeness. It addresses the sun in this fashion. You, who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the world, illuminate also my heart so that it too can do your work. I love that. Practice the art of doing without doing. Aim yourself truly, and then maintain your aim without manipulative effort. Meditate on the crystal's words or the Christ's words. I can of my own self do nothing. For by our own power we do nothing. Even in loving, it is the love that loves through us. This way of thinking and being integrates new energies and permits us to flow into wholeness, which is the ultimate goal of a spiritual warrior. Now, let me reiterate that last part. I have to edit that. We have to upgrade this. So, let me go back. This is the way of thinking and being integrated new energies and permits us to flow into wholeness, which is the ultimate goal of the spiritual gangsta warrior. There you go. There's a little bit more right there. We needed a little bit more. That shows we're here. We're not 60 seconds bulletin here. We're in this moment. Gangsta warrior. I kind of drag it and like emphasize that ta on the end, So anyway, notice how I'm going to keep a smile on your face, because as you smile today, we keep the elevation of the vibration up. We shine our light so bright that the dark ones, no matter what shades they wear, it still gets through their sunglasses. Doesn't matter. Okay, so do I look like I'm caring about their eyeballs or anything? Nope. Okay, so we're into tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. We have a red self-existing dragon energy tomorrow. Now, as I go into today's chit chat, I want to bring up something. The last part of this message, it says the entire structure of the universe is a spiritual metaphor and the sign of our ultimate enlightenment. So, I want to talk about something. So, I just kind of listened to a couple things, and when you see things for the way they are, you know what's going on. Okay, you just know. You just see it the way it is. So last night, while I was on the dragons, kicked a little bit of butt here and there, and then went timeline jumping and was watching something very interesting. Watching how certain energies, beings, were pulling kind of like time cop. They were doing that. They would go in, take a look, see where what was, and then come back and change it. Go in, take a look, see where what, and come back and change it. This is the game that they're playing, because it's the fight for a timeline. They want to sync the higher timeline. They can't. It's too bright right now. They're going at it like no tomorrow. They want to try to bring it down. Okay? Oh, thank you. So I kept watching that, and I patted my dragon. I said, this is ridiculous. Get me out of here. I said, no, watch. And I kept watching. I said, I'm watching them both go back and forth like ping pongs. This is ridiculous. No, watch. I watched one of a lower vibration. We know who that is, okay? Make a leap into a timeline and miss it. It went straight down. And I was like, where did it go? Said, if you don't make the jump right and you miss the portal, you go into a nothingness space and you're fractured all the way around. And it just keeps expanding because you become a part of that. And I said, oh, wow. I said, that was worth sticking around watching. So this person um, is very fractured right now, trying to get it together. Okay, because they leaked and missed going into the portal the right way. See, here's the thing. Portals are like this. I told you guys what happened to me the one time I was playing around with a portal. I opened up one because I wanted to see, you know, just how far I could push my imagination. And I did that day. I opened up one. Now here's the trick. If you open up one, you got to know how to go into it. Have a set intention what you're using it for. And then make sure when you come back to the location, you come out of the portal the same way you went in. Okay? Got to do the same way. All right? So I was messing around with a portal thing. I did that and went in and had the weirdest thing happen when I went to Barnes & Noble. Because I wanted to find, I was looking for something. I was looking for a book. And I was determined to get that book. And I did find it when I shifted and went into a portal. But I also realized that it kind of brought in weird beings, looking like humans, but they were weird. They all never happened to me. When I go into a bookstore, I can go into a bookstore and browse whatever and be standing looking at a book. People will come pass by. But this one was dead on point because I felt it and I knew what was going on. And it was like all these different type of men were all looking for spiritual books. They all just pulled in to this one area where I was looking for spiritual books. Standing behind me, standing on one sitting on the floor, one coming in on this side, one was further down, but this whole aisle was getting packed. And then one person shows up. It felt like he had autism. And he was yelling in a high-pitched tone, and he was making his way coming up where I was. And I said, oh, we're not playing that. So I said, well, you beings have a nice day. And I went on about my business. And that one that had the high voice kept coming towards me, and I just checked out, got out of there. And I said, oh, I didn't like that feeling on that portal. I gotta get. So it came back, came out of that portal, closed it down, and then reset. And I was like, ugh. So speed forward to now, where we can jump timelines just by thinking. It's fucking amazing. It's nice. So, yes, seeing some of the things that I saw was quite interesting. How they're just crossing, playing a game. But here's this, and I want everyone to remember this. If you know anything about how votes go and electoral voting goes and all that, everything is done by that. Doesn't matter how many votes you get as favorite. Okay, keep that in mind. There's the other beings that pick the electoral. Has nothing to do with us, period. All right. So when you understand how that works and why they're pushing this, you understand it. Now, what do I mean by is purple time? All right. Remember what I told you several months ago? And there was like some kind of meeting that they had. It was real quick. Can't even find it now. If you try to look for it, it's kind of hard to find. Probably on an old archive, I can find it. But this was like maybe in June, maybe in May, maybe right there. There was a picture and someone was talking about the new renaming of United States. And the symbol they had looked like, kind of like the Star Trek symbol, but it looked like one of those symbols that I drew that had like this high arch and a star right there. And I was like, that's interesting to use that for that. And it's called the Galactic United States Federation. It's like, it's the Federation of the Republican. Okay. So that's what they were showing. And they showed this blue flag that had these different pretty star-like things on it and had that symbol. And it's coming into form as a council. Okay, so I'm up talking to my group, my divine team. And they're saying, yes, you take red and blue and put it together, you get this beautiful purple. And it's a spiritual color. And everyone's been talking about this whole thing has been a spiritual warfare, has been a spiritual journey, has been spiritual. Yeah, it's been spiritual. Because we're leaving this timeline, that old timeline that has governed over us forever. We're leaving that. We're getting out of that. So I was like, okay, everybody should be on speed with this, but not everybody is seeing it. It's becoming council. But certain people that are speaking are literally saying it. And today, T said something very interesting. And I said, up, the gig is up. He used the word. And he was talking about something that got signed. And he helped someone get out of prison. And he's letting others out that were wrongly put in jail and prison. And he said, it's just this, such a draconian thing. He said it just like that. And I was like, game over. It was like, oh. It's like, the game is like this. King, there you go. I won. So I really wanted to let you know we're about to go full storm purple. And there's going to be a weird shenanigans because I keep looking at that card, the order card. I said, okay, out of chaos, you get order. Am I right or wrong? I think that's how it goes, you guys. Out of chaos, you get order. So, I will show you last night's. And this one is called Transformation. And so all I kept seeing the whole time. So just take a deep breath in and breathe that in. And all I see when I see it, I see the outlines of it. It starts coming into my eyeballs. And then I'm like seeing it floating in the air. And I'm like, okay, what is that? What is this? What is this? And then as soon as I make pen to paper, it starts coming in. Okay. So this is what's being 1, 2, 3. This is the bigger timeline that's being manifested. This is the higher one. These are the smaller ones. So I was like, okay. This is also getting us ready for the 11 door. Because that's another portal of energy that we're going to be walking through. That is also an initiation portal. It's time to graduate. Have you done your work? Have you done your healing? Are you in your process of your healing work for yourself? Have you been working on it? This is that time. We're moving into that space of our graduation of ourself. What realm do you want to be on? What level? What dimension? Are you ready for that? And if you are on that timeline, that higher realm, frequency and vibration, what's your intention? What are you sticking true to? Or are you letting all of your older stuff, your worries, your doubt, pull you down? Because it's real easy right now with the amount of energy that's coming at us. That's an artificial energy pounding at our auric field all the time. And then we have the true light, a Solaris, that is coming towards us and recoding us. Okay. So we have to maintain these next, where are we? About maybe 30 hours, 36 hours. Maybe 36 hours. Yeah. Maintaining it. And then putting the old to rest. Putting the old way of being to rest. And shifting that. It's going to be like, okay, they said the energy influx that we're going to feel between now and mid-afternoon tomorrow, it's going to be like a parachute that comes down and you're holding onto your parachute, but all of a sudden you hit a wind gust and it starts whipping you around, and then all of a sudden you pull on the cords just right, and then you got the rings there and it's in place. Yes, the Carrington event, 1859, exactly. Okay, so it's really important for us to hold steady. And what I mean by steady, I don't mean just thoughts. I mean hold steady your light. Hold steady. Just hold steady. Stay hydrated. Hold steady. Take care of the self. Hold steady. Just hold steady. Okay? Hold steady. Just hold steady. So remember, the last time we had our meeting, I said our part is we become like, oh, I thank you. They said all of you would like this. Remember the Pac-Man? They said, all of you think of yourself as the Pac-Man. Anything that's negative, that is non-divine in your eyes, doesn't feel right to you, you just go cancel, 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 delete, 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 delete. I like that. That's good. I like that. I was like, why am I seeing the Pac-Man? I said, remember the sound it makes? That sound. So when you see something or hear anything that sounds like fear, sounds like doubt, sounds like crazy go-go, you just go. We're going to be done with that. We're not doing that. Cancel, cancel, delete, delete. Okay? All of us have to do that. We do it over the TVs. If you're watching something and they throw something at you, radios, you do that. Also, even if you're on the internet and you're doing your work on your stuff and you see something come on, you hit it with that. Okay? It's hitting it with that. The purple time means that we're going to be using that thought of purple to neutralize even deeper. Okay? We are going to bring in so much of the higher consciousness of the true purple light that comes down with the source creator to combine the two. We're going to create this beautiful cap of energy that starts filtering out all the false stuff. Okay? We got to filter it. This go time. So all light workers, all gritters, all my crystal gritters, all of my wanders, my seers, all of you. It's game time. So we're going to filter out the false energy so Mother Earth can keep the higher timeline vibration anchored strongly. Because if that gets shift it out, it creates chaos. Okay, we got to hold it steady. Thank you. That sounds better. I was all like, well, what are you trying to tell me to say? So that's what our part is. All of the above. Yes! Absolutely. All of the above. So it's go time. So this is that anchoring, that not falling for the banana in the tailpipe thing. Okay? We are awake. Those of us that our eyes are open, we see, we hear, this is what we're doing. So pay attention to your tones that you're getting, okay? The tone vibrations. Those are going to start spinning you into higher energy. I'm doing crazy stuff. Like, this water's cold. Hot now. Snap my finger. I was like, ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let's take a look. How's everybody feeling so far? Any questions? It's going to be a surprising twist. But I keep hearing divine intervention. Interesting. I don't know what this means. They said it's going to be something that everybody will see, and it's going to be purple. It's going to be a purple color. And then you will know everything is fine. Right now, everybody's feeling on edge. I was in a lot of pain before we did the orbs the other day, and I feel wonderful now. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. That plasma orb works. Oh my gosh, I was having some spasms, and I just laid there and called it in, and I said, hey, got any of that good plasmic orb for me? I would like to have some of that. And I felt this whoop. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I felt it. I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That felt amazing. Yes. So that I really enjoy. Like I said, a lot of times I don't know what I'm going to be doing when I show up and what's the medicine. And Marty and I have this one thing in our way that we walk, Sundancers, we just show up. Show up. Creator will lead the way. Just show up. Be the vessel. And that's all I do. It's just be the vessel. But I help others to really see the strength of themselves. Because what's happened after being totally down for 4 years or so, 5 really, it's just been a little kind of lost in translation with a lot of us. All of us are at a place in our lives where we're like, we just want an ending. Am I coming or going? We want the next chapter. We want to get to the next level. What is my part? What am I doing here? When you lay down at night now, tonight and tomorrow, anchor in and have this meeting with your team. Don't be afraid to go up and say, okay, I'm ready to go have a meeting. I choose to go up to the higher benevolent light levels and have a meeting with my divine team. Just automatically know you're going to go there. That's it. Once you give yourself permission, I'm going there. Somewhere in time, be in somewhere in time moment. Just go and do it instead of trying to talk yourself into it, trying to get yourself positioned just right, trying to get your mind all clear. You just tell yourself, higher self, we're having a meeting. I need to meet with my higher team. All of those that are benevolent, that are on the higher frequency and vibration. I am choosing right now to meet with them. Let's go. And just watch how your body, you'll know you're anchored into that energy. You say to yourself, you want to go higher. Do you want to go to the ninth dimension? That's going to be Andromedan and Lyran. Okay, do you feel like you're Lyran? Do you feel like you're Andromedan? Do you want to go Palladians? What level do you want to go? If you go up to 12, what was my 12? 12 has the mapping for is the whole royal oversoul. Then if you're going up to Lyran and Arcturian, that's the 13th dimension. So you pick those dimensions where you want to go and get some information. Where you want to stay out of is 4. Stay out of 4. That's why anyone that says, oh, we're going to the 4th dimension. No, we're not. We already did 4th dimension. We're not going back in the 4th dimension. I'm sorry. Not taking that ticket. Not going there. I was thinking about your dream, the little girl you saw her before she was infiltrated. Yes! And then once she became infiltrated with the KFC, you then saw the older working for the dark side and kind of like, yes, Charlie Angels, she was on a mission. Exactly. Yes, and remember when I said about that KFC, it was so weird. I kept going back to that picture and I kept saying, you know what? It really did look like something out of the movie Mad Max. Back in the Thunderdome, that section where he goes into the desert and he finds that city and they Master Blaster, Tina Turner is the like head lady there and she's trying to keep everybody in line with all that. Let's play one man enters, one man leaves, that game. What? That's what it was like. So that's where I was looking. I said, it looked very industrial. It looked very like hardcore old material put together. And it was not a nice walk-in type of KFC. It wasn't anything. It was greasy, gray, dirty, rusty looking, and had that little sign above me on the thing that said KFC. And I was like your dreams was so interesting. They showed you how they did infiltrate the kids and then how they infiltrated. Yes. Exactly. So I've been like, pain. Last night it was all about me on my dragons. We were going in. I was taking a look. What the hell's going on? And I saw others on their dragons, on their warrior starships. We were all going in, taking care of last minute business that needed to be taken down. And there was a lot of timeline jumping and plasmic light infusion firing. Yeah. How do I remember all that? So, I want to bring up something. So, the other day, was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. It was Saturday. Okay, after I did all my teachings with everyone. I got into this thing because I was waiting for the symbol to finish coming in. I was waiting for this to finish coming in. It's coming in pieces. I was seeing a little bit. So I just kept waiting. So I'm clicking through on YouTube and I see a movie and I'm like, oh my gosh. I see The Beekeeper. And I was like, oh, The Equalizer. I was like, oh my, this looks really good. And then there was one more I watched that tied it all together. Wakanda. Okay, Wakanda. And it was the third one with the water people. I hadn't seen that one yet. So whoever is leaking out the movies on YouTube, they put them under different things like Blockbuster, or they put them under different things so people get a chance to watch it, and then YouTube finds it and yanks it off because it's newer, updated movies. So, okay, you guys, I'm gonna show you something that's very interesting. What all three of these movies had in place, and the Beekeeper was one of the most dead on, in your face message towards the end about the so-called woman president who cheated her way, and her son was like, we did so much to get you in the office, and we took all this money from people, because it was talking about the falsified systems, like when you're on your laptop and they come dinging on you saying, oh, your computer has a virus, call this 1-800 number and we'll help you get it right, and blah, blah, blah. So the beginning part of the movie in The Beekeeper, you see Phylicia Rashad. I love her. She's playing in this movie, in the first part of it. And then Jason Statham, Mr. He's in it. But it's really so profound because you learn a lot about how he saw the beehive. He was a beekeeper. He gets the honey out. And his main thing was, after he found out what happened, all her money was taken out of all of her savings. And what's so sad is they showed how they train other people to call people up, especially the elderly, and cheat them out of their savings and their money. And I was just sitting there saying, you know what? This is so sad because these people are in a data place. You're thinking they're inputting data. Yeah, they're putting data in, but they are literally stealing from people, stealing all their money and putting people in worse hardship. You know, they take all their money and they sit back and they laugh about, now watch how good I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to lose my job. If you can't pay this right now, I'm going to lose my job. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can wire you back the money since there was an error made. And as soon as you do that wiring back, they take all your money. They go through all your account. They show the whole thing how they do it. And I said, isn't this sad? Every time when we hear something about our social security number has been breached, our Gmail accounts have been breached, they have taken this, billions and billions of other people's mail accounts and all that. And you have to really sit back and just say, gosh, somebody is just so bored. They just want to just do this for fun. And it's sad. And it's sad what happened because she took herself out because of the fact that all her money was gone. And so the Beekeeper, yes, straight up facts in these movies, all three of them, they all tied into each other. And I was like, damn, this is like a message. So the one message in The Beekeeper, he says, when a hive is out of control, you have to go in and remove the queen and replace the queen. And then the hive can be put back into place. Mm-hmm. So he made it his point to go to the very first one to go clean it up and told the people, look, I got gasoline here. I'm getting ready to blow the place up. You guys need to leave. They're all sitting there like, no, you're not. And he starts pouring it. That's gasoline. Then they finally start to leave. He blows the place up. And it's all because he said sometimes when law doesn't come in like it's supposed to and justice doesn't prevail, they call him the Beekeeper. I'm the Beekeeper. I come and straighten it out. And I said, damn. we got to get more beekeepers. I was like, damn. But then, when I watched Equalizer, and it was very much, the movie was in half English and half Italian. I think it was half Italian. And I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, so it already starts off there. The people are on the floor. They're gone. And I'm like, damn, he didn't already took them out. I already knew he took them out. I said, okay. So then after he meets up with the last person that comes into the house, he's walking out, and there's a kid in the truck, and he's not worried about it. He's walking away. He hears a gunshot. He's like firing, trying to find out where to firing, and it's the little kid that shot him in the back. And I'm like, uh-oh. So then you watch him go through this whole healing process, the people that he meets, and how it's all connected and leads up to one very important person, that to the very first thing that happened, all the way around to the very, 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 very end with the money in the backpack. And I think the most wonderful scene, and anyone that does body work will love this. I just love this one scene so much. I was like, this is perfect. So, he's just sitting in a beautiful little restaurant. He sees the family, the policeman's family. They've already been terrorized by the little, what I call the hood wannabes, gangster, little young gangster beings. And they come into the restaurant. Everybody knows who these people are because all they're doing is going around collecting money from all the businesses. And you don't have the money. They beat you up, burn down your place. Okay. So Denzel's just sitting there eating. And he sees him. He's just quiet, And then the guy, the little gangster guy, recognizes him. We'll just call him the punk. The young punk recognizes him. And he comes over and he says, you seem to keep putting yourself into my business. And Denzel looks at him and says, well, you make it very difficult for me not to be in it. And so the guy is trying to be all up in his face and trying to threaten him and trying to scare him because he figures he's an older guy. He says, you know what, 3 weeks ago we wouldn't be having this conversation, but I'm here now. And the guy looks at him, and then I love this. This is like my favorite part. He goes, is that a Rolex? He goes, no. He grabs the hand, and he presses right here on the meridian. And he says, right now I'm on that nice meridian right there. This is about a level 2. Yeah, now this is a level 3. If I get to a level 4 and the guy is screaming, he goes, if I get to a level 4, you're going to shit yourself. You don't want to find out what 10 is. It's just like, we need more meridian pain type of things like that going on for bad people. Just bad. I just love that whole scene. And I said, finally, when let's go to the punk, gets up, they all leave out of the restaurant, the gang, and they're waiting for him. And he's all like, oh yeah, you guys are waiting for me. Now if you want to know what owl medicine is, I'm tying this all in. Equalizer is straight up owl medicine. Okay? You move like an owl. They never see you coming. They don't hear you coming. They don't see you coming. That's what owl does. He has straight up owl medicine. Taking them out. In the same way towards the end when he has to take out the bigger ones, straight up owl. Wow, you described that scene. I watched all the Equalizer movies. It's the third one. Because if you really, I look at movies, it's not just, entertainment. No. I look at it from a medicine point of view and a spirit point of view. What did all 3 of these movies have in common? They all had justice. doing the right thing. Even in Wakanda, you know, they had to fight with the water people. And now the water people, and I thought this was really profound because the water people, when you really think about, everybody always asks, where did the Mayan people go? They just like vanished. And they show them in water. They still had the same glyphs, the same, but their bodies transformed into being in water. Why was that? What happened on this planet that created that much water and they had to transform and became part of the waters? They just showed you where they went to, but their bodies had to be flipped in a certain way for them to exist in that water, to become that. Okay, you don't just take a civilization and just say, okay, they just like totally disappear. Where did they transform themselves into? What did they metamorphosized into? They went into the waters. I wonder if KFC wasn't a knock for some. I'm still trying to figure that out. It had the same letters. It still had that red and that white. I'm wondering what that is. So, even in Wakanda, it still was all about making things right. All three of these movies were all about taking and making things right. And where are we sitting right now? We are all about a timeline that is so divine that makes everything right. Makes it fall into place. Take us out of the chaotic energy and let's bring ourselves back into balance because we're way out of balance. Every single one of these movies was talking about the being out of balance. Beehive, they were all about stealing money, being out of balance. Equalizer, going in and gangs are, everything was out of balance. Wakanda, being out of balance. How do you restore balance out of the chaos? You bring back order. And however that's going to show up for all of us, we are going to jump a major timeline between these next 36 hours, and then the bigger timeline jump is on 11/11. So I said, show me where we're really going to be anchoring in. They showed me January 1/11 is going to be our big anchor. But the 11/11 doorway is going to set us up. But in this 11/11 doorway is the initiation process. So all of you are going to be getting your higher rankings. You're not playing it little. This is a spiritual journey, a spiritual graduation. And it's time for you to really pay attention to those gifts that are coming online. And those of us that are just kind of shining some light on it, shining some light on you and telling you what you need to look at, it's just to activate you so that you will see yourself truly. And you will not be afraid to step out of this old matrix that does not serve you. It never served you. You were being a servant to it. And that is the next clearing we will be doing tomorrow. As a big clearing in the morning, I will be here, and we will be clearing that serving, being a servant. Okay? And that goes for all race. Being a servant to the old ancient gods that did not have our favor at hand. That is a contract that has to be immediately voided so that you can stop bowing down energetically within yourself to those old contracts of being a servant, being silent, not speaking out, no money. Yes, do you feel it? Do you feel it? It's different than a slave. Slave, you have nothing, but a servant also. You just stay serving the energy of something that is better than you. They say they're better than you. They live better than you. That's why you are a servant to them. We're breaking those contracts tomorrow. I hope you're willing to and would like to break those contracts. Do some of you feel like you have a servant timeline on you that's fucking with your money, your thought process? Then I'm not good enough process. I can only be at this level. Yeah. We're going to break those tomorrow. We're going to clear those contracts. So the reason why I say it to you now is so that those of you that are ready, you will show up ready to go tomorrow when we do the clearing. And this clearing is going to travel down the spine and take that out. Because a lot of servants, you did a lot of things on your hands and knees, cleaning. You did a lot of standing in one position, long periods of time, waiting for them to ask for whatever the hell they wanted. Always, yes, yes, smiling, yes, yes. Now get rid of that, because that energy plays a role in everything that you're trying to do right now, where you're trying to fit in. Here it comes. Get ready. Where you're trying to fit in, look the part, so you can just get a little bit more pie. How about this? Fuck the damn pie. Why don't you just become the whole kit and caboodle and own the whole fucking pie company? I'm sorry. Did I digress? Yes, I did. Because when you really think about it, that word, servant, means you just stay at that level. You never go beyond that. You know, that's where you are. A servant stays like that. Heavy on F. Yes. Yes. But it's the truth. How many of you are feeling that? As soon as I said servant, you probably went, oh, ooh, whoa. We're not talking about how you just show up and be of service. That's a difference. You're standing in a mission purpose. You show up with intention and a knowingness to help others. And you will be paid well for what you provide. Period. When you are a servant, you might be paid, but only what they want to pay you. It could be a quarter, a 50-cent piece, maybe a couple of eggs and a hen, on what they want to pay you for your time and your effort, for being a servant to them. We're going to break that. We're going to clear that. That's an old soul contract that's lingering out there that has to go bye-bye before we make this jump into our 1111 doorway. And it's going to be powerful. It is going to be probably one of the strongest doorways that's going to help with the final anchoring in January. Okay. So that 1111 is going to be good. We got the 1212. And then that 111 is like a reset. So let's take a look at the words for today. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you for the interaction. I love it when we have interaction. I'm using the guided light cards to see what is the message for today. And boom. And one of the grid cards. Yeah, all three of those movies. Watched them for free on YouTube. It was under like blockbusters. Blockbuster movies. Interesting. All right. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Reach for the stars, number 48. You have barely scratched the surface. You have unlimited potential, and you are getting ready to experience this at first hand. So, reach for the stars. Dreams, number 66. Your dreams may be more vivid and intense than usual. Well, yeah, we're jumping timelines. Pay attention to your dreams, how many times you're jumping in and out of something. And watch out for the ones where you're feeling like you're chasing or you're looking for something. That just means you're on a starship. Okay, guiding light, number 4. In the darkest hour, you will find the light that will shine through you and lead the way. Bam! There you go. And look, it's on the 4. What's the date today? Can't make this shit up, people. And our crystal card for the day is card number 11. I'm going to just take this card. Card number 11 is insight. OMG. It's insight. Well, let's just look it up, shall we? All right. Here we go, insight. Insight, re-energizing, expansion. Oh, shut up. What the heck? Oh my God. Lodolite and quartz. Now, okay. Hold on. Okay. I gotta say, what do? I went to my stores today, and this stone I'm wearing right here is a lodolite, okay? I said, I feel the need like I'm going to be making some new beading stuff, and I want to do my beading, so I'm going to take some extra bead stuff out and put it in my little bead box that I have here, and I'll go ahead and... So I'm going through some of my bead stuff. You know how it is in storage. You kind of forget about some of the stuff you have, and you're like, you got everything whittled down to the little bare stuff. But, I'm going through my beads and stuff, and I'm like, and I pull out this one thing of beads, and I go, oh, these are pretty. What are these? I flip it over. It says Lodolite beads. I was like, they're hard to get. They're not easy to find. Yes, I got my... Yes! I had a couple of my stones that were in my bead box for those too. But I was really insight. And I find it interesting that this card is talking about the lodolite, a stone of spiritual insight. So this card is asking you to go within to find the answers you need. Lodolite is a beautiful mix of blue and purple, which resonates with the throat and the third eye. Thus, your expansion and connection to the spiritual guides. All right, class is over. Here's my bam, bam, bam. All right, lovelies. That's what it is. So if you've never worked with Lodolite, yeah, Lodolite's a bomb. The synchronicity of your message today is why. It has been crazy. And I'm going to tell you where I really saw the difference is when we did that name clearing. I was thinking about that this morning and I said, you know what? That name clearing is a must do. And I'm going to share this last part and we're going to close it out. When we did the name clearing, I want you to think back, especially as healers, seers, and stuff, when you worked with a client that didn't feel comfortable coming to you because they didn't want to step out of their comfort zone as a Christian or certain religion practice, but they wanted some insight and they wanted to have some time with you to do some work with them, okay? So you do the work with them and then they act like they don't want to pay you for your time. Like you shouldn't be paid as a healer. Like you shouldn't be paid for your time at all. You're doing God's work. Well, yes, I'm doing creator's work, but that work comes through me, the physical me, and money is required on this realm. So I need to be paid for my time. So I remember there was a couple of people that I really went and did a lot of good work with them. We did some retreat work up in Shasta. And at the end of the day, and this also is something I had to learn when not to say something. Just because I get an insight and I'm moving through different timelines and I want to share it with everyone, doesn't mean that everybody is ready to hear that. Or thank you. Or they're not on the level to hear it and to comprehend what you're saying. And there were certain things that I was telling these two individuals to start preparing for what we're in right now, because this is coming, and to start preparing for the sun. This is coming. And the look I would get from them, both of them in nursing, and I'm like, what? I'm telling you the truth. This is something you've got to start preparing for. It was kind of like, oh, she's way off her rockers now. Oh, we can't trust anything she's saying. She's probably a charlatan. Da 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 da. And I just remember when I said, well, I can't help them anymore. They're not getting what I'm saying. They're not ready for this. So I just stepped back. And lo and behold, when I stepped back, it was all this shenanigans of, well, why isn't she talking to us? Well, no. I'm not going to have social life. But I got to get back on track because I feel like she was taking me down a dark road. And I'm like, what? First of all, I deal 100% with the divine light, divine source. I fight the fucking dark shit. All right? Let's just get that straight right here and now. So when that was coming up, I just said, just some people you just can't help. And those of you that you have a big heart, you're a good healer, you go out there and you do it all the time, some people will just never see what you're trying to help them with because their programming is too much and too heavy on their brain. The fear is what gets in their way. Okay? It's not you. It never is you. It's just sometimes people seek help from people who are up there in those realms, and then when they get the help, they're afraid to come up and meet that person in that realm, in that vibration. They're showing you where you have to be to shed these old behaviors, to shed the cycles. That's so true. Those kind of people are committed to misunderstanding you and using frustrating me. But yes, I heard a lot of forgive myself typos and the typing in it to come to long terms and to talk back to the doctor getting short. Remember back and boom, you are. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to do another one of those. And I'm going to speed it up. We're going to do a super name clearing. We're going to take and clear even deeper. Okay? A little bit more. Because when that popped up, I was like, yeah, those are those moments when people say things about your name out of fear because they see the strength of you. They see your light. They want to be that, but they're afraid to become that in themselves. Remember this, lovelies. It's never you. It's always the fact that your vibration is so high that others see you. They want to do what you're doing and be that, but they have a fear of becoming that. And remember, to be where you are right now, to do what you're doing right now, you got skin in the game. You got blood in the game. You got some time on this planet in the game. You didn't just wake up one morning and say, oh, yeah, by the way, I like to just read cards for some time. And somewhere down the line, I want to get married to a shitty-ass husband that's going to teach me about my inner experience of myself, to respect myself and know that I'm deserving. And then I want to work for these dumbass jobs that only pay me nickels and dimes, and I can barely keep up with my bills. But yet and still, I'm going to show up. And I'm going to rock this suit. And then I'm going to expand in my light and make everything just right. All right, lovelies. So, tomorrow, be here. We're going to clear that servitude. And we're going to also go ahead and get a glass of water and salt. And I haven't put the time. I'm going to post the time probably later on this evening for tomorrow, so everyone will know. And get your glass of salt and water. We're going to do a sonic plasmic light clearing of the name and soul energy content. What? All right, lovelies. Much love to all of you. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Be true to your light. I'll see you then. Bye.